What's up? It's Auto 32 and y'all watching Word Is Mine.
I ain't got nothing, got a whole lot now. This bitch acting funny on run.
So I was born in Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Some people probably know it now because of like people like Youngboy and Boosie and shit like that who be putting on for Baton Rouge. But I'm from Baton Rouge, shit. To be honest, it ain't the best place to grow up at. To be honest, I mean, it's just a high crime area. Like every part of it is a high crime area. They don't really have a good side or like, you know how you can go like some places you can go to the north and they got a good side. They don't have that down here. Like it's downtown bad, north side, south side, east, west. It's not really like a good place to like raise your kids or go to school and shit like that. You can get out. It's not like a place where they don't have no way to get out. So I mean, you can. You just gotta separate yourself from the things that's gonna stop you from doing that. Basically. That's just one of these places. I guess you could say you don't really grow up soft out here. Like, it's not really like no soft grow up. Like, you don't grow up and just, I mean, you can, but like most people don't just grow up. Like, you know how kids nowadays, I don't want to say kids nowadays, but you know how like they play a lot of gaming and shit like that. Like, we was on the game back then, but you was outside just as much as you was on the game. So what you do outside is going to determine, you know what I'm saying, your outcome, I want to say. So it just depends on what you're doing outside. You hooping or you doing something else. That's just really how it is. Yeah, but I had a crazy childhood in the sense of when I look back at it about how much I was doing. Not a crazy childhood like I was doing all type of wild shit. I mean crazy like I really used to go to school, get off of school, fucking go straight outside, be hooping for fucking hours, and I'll come back inside and still had like I used to do like internet shit. I could build a website as a like teenager or some shit. So I used to like build websites about dumb shit. I don't even think people even knew about this shit. Like I used to just be bored and doing shit like that. So it was like a lot of shit I feel like I was doing as a child. Like a lot of basketball, a lot of sports. Like I'd go out of town, go like mud riding and shit on four-wheelers. Like I just had like a different, I had a countryside and a city side. You know, I won't say this the city because it's like it's kind of the city life, but it's if you put a city in the fucking country, that's BR. But so I had like both sides of growing up, like the countryside, the fucking city side, fucking doing random shit on the internet. Like I'm not a big anime person. Like I don't watch it every day. Like I really don't even watch it a lot. But I was on anime before I ever even knew how to fucking say that word anime. Like I swear to God, I didn't know how to say the shit. I didn't know how to say the word. I used to say, I don't even remember how I used to pronounce it, but it was not correct. But I used to bend on that shit. Like websites like where you could watch an anime or some shit. I made a couple of them bitches just for the fuck of it. And then but I was still like active as hell, like doing shit outside. So I don't know how the fuck I was doing that shit, to be honest. I learned like the basics of programming, basic HTML, shit like that, if people who know what that is. But I used to be a part of like a forums and shit like that, like maybe like an anime forum. I don't know, it feel like back then it wasn't as weird as it is now. Like it feel like anime like got a weird part to it. Like that's coming from a nigga who love anime, but it gotta like everybody who love anime know that shit got a weird side, and that weird side is sometimes that weird side is very weird to make, especially if you're an outsider. That weird, like if the nigga show you the wrong anime for your first anime, you gonna be like, what the fuck is this shit you watching? I tell somebody to watch Erased or something. Like it's weird. I only tell people to watch Erased because that's like I don't have a long list of animes I watch, but that's an anime that don't feel like an anime. It feel like a nigga could have pulled that shit off in a movie, like with real actors. So I tell people to watch that so you won't just slide right into some weird ass. It's a little weird. I let everybody do what they want to do though, because I mean, most of the time them niggas don't be bothered. Nobody really bothering nobody else. But that shit is weird. I wouldn't do it. I'll just say that I wouldn't do it. No, bro. Nothing that I do was around me and my family, literally. So I don't know where I picked up none of this shit from. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was thinking about that for the first time the other day. That everything I do originate from something I don't even know. Like I don't know where the fuck I learned how to make a website. Nobody I know knew how to do that shit at the time. I'm literally talking about like 12 years old. Like I was doing that shit at 12 years old. Like I don't know why the fuck I was doing that shit. But like maybe it was like a challenge, or maybe I like doing research. I don't know. Maybe I was just fucking bored. But like I did some shit like what's a fucking I can't even think of no anime. But I remember I used to do shit like learning SEO back in the day. on how to like not market, but like how to boost your website and shit on Google. I don't know how the fuck I was doing that shit, but I had got like one of my shit on the first page of that bitch, like the third link. But I don't know how I was doing that shit because that shit has nothing to do with my everyday life. Like my everyday life was regular shit, school, fucking nigga hooping, just watching, playing 2K and shit. I don't know where that where like that side came from. Probably stopped doing that shit around like the late years of high school, but I still tried to like go to college for that shit, but it just didn't work, I guess. That's cool, bro. My people didn't know shit about shit. My dad still to this day can't do shit. That nigga, the most that nigga could do now is probably take a picture and send it to you. Like, that's a big step for that nigga. Like, that's a big step for that nigga. That nigga do not work that shit at all. Like, no Instagram, no none of that shit. My mama, I won't say she don't know shit about technology. Like, she could work an iPhone and shit. She probably got a TikTok or some shit. But as far as, like, coding or web design, hell no. Love my mama though. Love my mama. But see, they wouldn't know it. They didn't fucking. They bought a computer for me. They didn't use that bitch at all back then. It was just me on that bitch. I wouldn't say I know how to code, bro. I know how to put together a website, but I still don't know how to code like from scratch type shit. That's what I was trying to go to school for. But maybe it was just something like a nigga was just. I really think I might have just been bored and wanted to just maybe create some type of something. Maybe I just want to create shit. That might be what it is. Cause I used to like, you know, when you create a website, you gotta put the shit together. Like you gotta make a banner, you gotta make a shit like that. I don't know. Maybe I just like doing that shit at the time. My mom played like R&B shit, so she probably was listening to like Keisha Cole. You know, she probably was listening to that type of shit. And my dad was not probably. That nigga only listened to reggae music. Only. I swear to God, this nigga don't got no dreads. None of that shit. My nigga only listen to reggae music. And I don't even really listen to it now. But I mean, like, if I hear it, I enjoy it. But I don't really listen to a lot of it. I dabble into the shit sometimes. So, like, my music influence didn't come from nothing either, bro. It didn't come from nothing either. And I can't even say it came from, I want to say it, I guess it originated from shit like SoundCloud music. But I don't know because, like, at the time when I first started rapping, when I wasn't using auto-tune and shit, I'm telling my niggas like this ain't the type of shit that I'm trying to make. But I'm not telling them what the fuck I want to make. I'm just telling them this just not the type of shit I want to make. Even though I'm probably listening at the time. I'm probably listening like, what the fuck I'm listening to? Maybe Sosa, maybe Rod Banks at the fucking time. I don't know what the fuck I was bumping back then. But I wasn't trying to make music like them. But I just knew what I was making wasn't what I wanted to make. So it wasn't really till I got my own equipment and really started fucking with the shit till I slowly found my sound. Yeah, that's really what it was. Yeah, I feel like that too. Like, I feel like you can't level the amount of greatness though, but I feel like the amount of creativity. For example, like if I can't think of a music video idea, like I'm probably just gonna be doing some random ass shit in that bitch. Like I'm probably just gonna be smoking, walking around and shit. But you know how like they got the people who do the videos who like planning that shit out, like choreography and shit. Like I feel like that's another level of creativity, bro. As far as like this media and music and shit, though, that shit really is creative. Like I guess a normal person don't really pull that shit off. But I agree with you though. Like the amount of greatness can't really be compared. Like a painting versus this painting, it can't really be compared, bro. I think I thought about making music when I was younger in middle school. I think I thought about it. Like maybe I wrote a rap or two or some shit. I can't really remember for sure. But I might have wanted to do that shit. But like I said, when I first started listening to, bro, I don't know. Most people around here, if you're from BR, the first thing they start listening to was like Boosie and like Webby and shit like that. That's what most niggas start listening to. I'm pretty sure the first rap artist that I can remember really listening to for real as a young ass person had to be Boosie and Wayne. That's probably the only people I could remember actually listening to back then. But maybe I probably was just listening to the radio shit. I mean, that might have been what it was. Rap on the radio and shit. That's the only rap I was exposed to at the time. Shit, done. That's the first word that came to my mind. I'm done with that shit. I don't know. I don't give a fuck about high school. Like, I never will say I miss high school. I will say I miss them days during high school after we got out of that bitch. After 225 when we left, I miss them days. But I don't miss school. Like, I ain't had no bad time in school at all. Like, to be honest, like, I ain't go to that bitch and was struggling. I ain't go to that bitch and was an honor roll student. I just was there. I guess you could say I was one of the smart, lazy niggas, like, smart enough to do just enough. Like, I'm smart enough to a nigga ain't worried about me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I could get an A. Like, I might have an A in the class, and they might have an assignment that's due that I really don't want to fucking do. And I don't mind my shit dropping to a B if I don't fucking do that bitch 100% right. That's the type of shit I was on. Type. I wasn't trying to fail, so I wasn't like getting D's and F's and shit, but I wasn't really in that bitch trying to have 100% A in the class. Like, I wasn't that nigga. The crazy part about high school and shit and music and shit is most of the niggas I met in high school was listening to the shit that I was already listening to. So like, I probably met a couple of my homies because they was listening to Chief Keef as hard as I was, or Currency or some shit. The only artist I could think of that a nigga actually put me on might have been Rob. But all the other artists I found myself like during high school, like Lucky. I don't know if it was during that time, but I know I listened to a lot of Uno and Fonny. It's a lot of, a lot of that Atlanta shit. I guess that's the SoundCloud. Like, I don't know if niggas, for you young niggas who fucking had y'all phones and knew how to work y'all phones, bro. Back in the day when y'all niggas was using, you know how you could go on your phone and that bitch would be like a free music app or some shit? I did not know that shit was pulling from SoundCloud. No, not the iTunes, the one that was, like, that shit was pulling from SoundCloud songs, like the SoundCloud database before I even knew what the fuck SoundCloud was. They had the iTunes and they had other shit like free music apps, like a bunch of different varieties of them bitches, and they all was SoundCloud. I did not know that shit till like probably a whole lot longer after that shit. Yeah, we was on Spinrilla heavy as fuck. Shit, yeah. We was definitely on Spinrilla. Whenever I had fucking applied for Spinrilla way back in the Gap and they had gave me artist access or some shit, I was hyped as fuck. I remember that shit. That was a long ass time ago. My high school, I just remember like, especially like around 9th, 10th grade, I just remember typing in Chief Keef's name every fucking day on YouTube. And I swear to God, that nigga had a song. Like, it was a lot of times where it was an era where that nigga would have a song out every fucking day, bro. Every day we getting out of class, I'm like, I got my headphones in, my dog got his headphones in. I'm like, nigga, you heard the new salsa? Like, I remember a lot of shit came out, like shit like 100, like all that shit with the first Bang 3 with the blue cover, all that shit. Like, everybody loves salsa, bro. Everybody loves salsa. I want to say it Blew My High, but I really want to say Save Me. It's hard, bro. It's either Save Me or Blew My High, bro. It's one of them two. Gotta be my favorite salsa song. Cause he's just saying shit. Yeah, that's be hard though. Nigga, the first minute, I think he was just saying A on that bitch. I swear. But I swear that's probably my top one. Blew My High. They wasn't wet, bro. Yeah, I fuck with Lucky ever since way back when he dropped Alternative Trap. I was fucking with him then. Like I said, bro, like a lot of shit I do is not really like, I don't know where this shit come from. I guess it's just my own interest, because a lot of my shit didn't really spark from other people. I don't really know I guess it's just I like what I like, I guess. But I was fucking with like Alternative Trap and shit like that back then. I first started fucking around with this like recording, I think like, I want to say it was the very end of 2016. The first time I might have recorded a song. I ain't recorded on no mic. I don't remember where I recorded. I really think I recorded on just like a laptop. Like, my dog had a Mac computer. I think I just recorded on the built-in microphone. So it wasn't a real song, but it was a song because I tried to make that bitch. So that's probably the first time I recorded. And I wasn't really recording serious like 17, 18. I want to say 19, I might have started recording, like trying to record. I still wasn't taking this shit serious. I wasn't taking this shit serious until wherever you see the first song on my SoundCloud. That's the day I took this shit serious. Like, whatever that first song is, that's the day that I said, fuck it, I'm taking this shit serious and I'm really about to try to do this shit. So whenever that is. Shit, to be honest, bro, my music that I made back then, or the music I made before the day I took it, it wasn't the actual day I took it serious, but it was like a little bit before that actual day. It was because I listened to my shit and I just didn't like how my shit sounded. Not really what I'm saying, I don't like how it sounds. Because of the fucking, my vocals, I don't like how my vocals sound. It's not my mic, it's not shit, it's that I'm just not mixing my shit good enough. And I really didn't like how my shit sounded. So I really took like a couple months of experimenting with that shit. Another thing was the fucking YouTube beats, bro. Bro, don't nobody want to really use. If you're using them bitches, you know, do what you gotta do, bro. But no, nobody really want to use that shit, bro. Cause like that's first of all, now that I'm really in this shit, that's not the artist's best shit most of the time. I'm not saying that's their worst shit either, but that's not their best shit, and that's not some shit that they saw you on. You don't even know them, so it's like you just picking shit. And nigga, I thumb through beats so much that I found a way to find them bitches faster, to listen to them bitches faster. Cause I don't gotta listen to a beat that long to know if I want to fucking rap. I think you click it to add to queue, and then put the box on the bottom right. And I'll just click through them motherfuckers and they'll just play on the bottom right without going through the page, going back and all that shit. Bro, I probably listened to, I'm pretty sure when I first started recording the auto-tune, I didn't even know how to use the key finder. I wasn't in the right key. Like, all that shit, bro. But YouTube beats probably the, like, nigga, once I start rapping, nigga, I think I might have rapped on a Teen Slug or a My Guy beat. The first time it was like a nigga, I think it was Slug. I'm pretty sure it was a Slug beat. And I'm pretty sure after Slug, I never recorded on another YouTube beat after that. Like after that first pack of beats that he sent me, I don't think I ever used one except for like maybe recently where like me and Yes Okay, but I didn't really use no YouTube beats after that. None of them bitches. So all them bitches has been from producers who I've spoken to. Yeah, it's really something I really like to do. Like honestly, some people don't do it because it might not get as much views. You know, some people, like a lot of people, you know, it's the bigger the shit, the bigger the family of the project. But I like the shit to be like I guess I just like shit a certain way. And when you make it with one producer, it just seems like it's better. If I make it with a bunch of producers, which I'm gonna do that one day. But it's automatically gonna be just singles that I put together. It's no way that I feel like it could be a tape unless I got all the damn beats already. Like, cause like what I'm saying is like, you know how like if you make a beats with a certain producer, it's a certain vibe. Like it's a certain vibe basically. And if I'm putting different vibes together, it's not really like, to me, it's not gonna be the type of project I'm trying to make. It's really just gonna be like a playlist, like a compilation. But that's just my opinion. But I like working with one producer because the shit always feel better. Like I'm texting, like I be texting my producers, like nigga, no, I'll text your ass, nigga. I be in that bitch like I'm about to record on this song. I send that bitch back. I might send a nigga a snippet. Like I like to be communicate with my producer. I like to talk to them niggas so we know what's going on. So the one producer tapes just feel better. Like to me, it feels like one long, especially EPs, like this one long little vibe. Cause they don't be that long. You know, my songs don't be that long. So it just be like one little vibe. You know what I'm saying? Man, I'm always smoking. So it's a given that I'm gonna be smoking when I'm recording. So really, nigga, really always smoking. But the process I record is really it's really simple. I just sit down. Well, it depends on like if I already got some shit going. Like if I got a project, I'm working with somebody. Like a lot of times people be asking me for shit. My guy might hit me up and be like, knock this off for me. So I do that shit, send it back. So basically, whenever I sit down, I see what I gotta do. Like I might not record every day. I might record 3 times a week. Or I might record every day. Or I might sit down to record every day. I might sit down to record and don't record. But I usually sit down and check my emails. That's why I need y'all niggas to send the shit to my email and stop texting me the beats. Cause them bitches is getting lost, nigga. I just told y'all how I be texting y'all niggas. If I text you fucking 17 times, we can talk 18 times and you send me a beat, nigga, that shit gone. So email me the beat. But I usually just sit down, fucking get the mic and shit, and just put the beat on. I usually listen to a beat for about 5 to 10 seconds or some shit, and I know if I want to get on it. Most of the time, I'm in a certain type of mood. Like, if it's 2 a.m., I'm not hyped, of course. If it's in the morning, I might be a little more hyped. So I sit down, just put the beat in, Reaper, and just freestyle. I just start rapping. I swear to God, I just start rapping. Yeah, everything freestyle, everything. I stopped writing years ago. I cope with music without trying to. Like, I don't sit down like I'm mad about some shit, I'm about to rap about it, but I'll just say I'm about to rap, and that shit might come out somewhere in the song. I feel like that's more what it is. I don't really sit down with a certain type of preset of how I want a song to sound. Usually I'm just rapping. Like every time I rap, I'm usually just rapping, like most of the time. But the only time I say it's different from me just a regular me rapping, and the only time I'm different is I really want to make a serious song. Sometimes like a nigga might not know what song's serious. Like I can't show to me as a serious. Like the last song I dropped to me is a serious song in a way. Like almost every time I get on 200 volt shit, that bitch gonna be serious. I don't know why, but that nigga just, I be feeling like I could be really say some shit on his shit. Like a lot of different producers bring out a lot of different versions of my rapping, I feel like. Like Rocky Thuggin or some shit, you know, that's automatically grimy. Teen Slug, happy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like No Friends, I feel like I spit like bars, like just flow on this shit. Like a lot of different producers just bring out different shit, you know what I'm saying? To be honest, Murray, whenever I go, well, I could be going through anything. It don't really stop the music, to be honest. Like, it don't matter if it's a up, like I'm super excited about some shit. Well, I don't really be super excited about shit, but let's just say some shit happened. Like, I don't know, some shit happened. Like, I just got my car, I just got my vet, some shit. I'm still gonna record probably the same way that I would have recorded if I fucking didn't, my car broke down yesterday. If I sat down to record today, I could still record. Like, it's not like I'm gonna be like, man, I'm in such a bad, like, I don't be in bad moods for long. Like, I'm not really a person who be in a bad mood for a long time, so it never really get in the way of music. I can record in any day, like any day, unless it's one of them days where I don't fucking, like, I don't feel like it. Like, some days I feel like I need to, like, I don't like how my shit sounded. That's the only days I don't feel like recording. Like, it's every now and then, some shit like that. I'm definitely a taking break ass nigga. I'm definitely a take a break ass nigga. I think, believe it or not, the reason why I be taking breaks is because I want to hear the fucking song. I don't know why. Like, if I make a song, sometimes I want to hear that bitch. So, like, the most songs I make in one sitting without, like, getting up to do some other shit is probably, like, 2 or 3 songs. So, like, after I make 3 songs, I'm definitely about to get up. Unless I'm, like, with some other niggas. If I'm with somebody else, you know, we can do this shit all night. Not saying like I can do this shit all night, but we can literally, like, really can't record all night. I done this shit a couple times, like record literally all night in a group setting. So I could definitely do that shit. But if it's just me, I just record like 3 times. I really think it's because I need to change my recording environment every now and then. Like, maybe you might need to go to somebody else's house and record. If you upstairs, you might need to go downstairs. You might need to change your shit to another room. I think that's change shit. Like the lighting. Like, I feel like all that shit in some kind of way affect the music. I never been to a studio, but I don't always record at my house. Like, I might record, like I said, I might record at a bunch of different people's house. Airbnb, it could really be, you know, like any setting like that, like a hotel, you know, you can record like that. But as far as like the actual studio though, I actually never been to the studio, no cap. Never been in the studio. All right, so I rather mix my shit myself just because of the fact that I like nitpicking shit. Like, I feel like if somebody else had my shit, they would be the ones that gotta tweak shit. So like, let's say I wanted to take something out, that mean I gotta hit them up to tell them to do it. You know what I'm saying? It'd be different if I had an engineer that's here. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, most of if I had somebody mixing my shit, it's probably going to be somebody over the internet because a lot of the people around my area don't do this type of music for it. So I like mixing my shit myself just because I like to change up shit my own, you know what I'm saying? Like, plus I took a little minute to make my sound, I guess. So might as well just keep advancing on that shit. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really wouldn't focus on performing in my hometown because I don't really think it would benefit me none. Like, I don't even think I really want to be popular down here, to be honest. I'd rather be popular somewhere else. I ain't gonna So I wouldn't really do no shows down here. Well, I mean, I would, but I wouldn't really care too much about it. Like, it's not really like a goal to do nothing down here. But I could definitely see that shit happening. Cause I mean, I done went to some shit and heard some shit and I don't know what the fuck going on. So I could definitely hear somebody else doing the same shit. What do stand out though is when people like, I guess probably like the comments and shit. Like, you know, people might leave comments. They don't really have to leave comments. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people go out their way to like hit me up on Instagram and tell me they fuck with my shit. Or just people that I don't know. Like, I be getting love from like other countries and shit like that. There is one thing though, when the nigga, I think it was Smokey 7, shout out to him, that nigga was in a party, I think in New York, just a random ass party, and they was playing my shit up. And I thought that shit was cool too, because like, I don't know how the fuck that would even come about, you know what I'm saying? So that shit was cool. I guess it's just the feedback is feel like it's organic. I feel like everything's just organic, slowly rising. Yeah, I mean, shit. I feel that I got a bunch of homies who they don't really listen to. They probably listen to Lucky. Like, they might listen to underground music, but you know how SoundCloud is like a little bit. it's underground too, but it's a little bit, it's like a own lane type shit. A lot of people, I don't really listen to that shit. But I think that they probably would listen to that shit if it was more exposed. Like, I'm not saying I'm vouching for exposing every fucking SoundCloud artist. Like, you know how you hear shit that you don't got no control over? You might hear a Drake song. Like, we heard that 21 shit about a million times, and I never even heard that song before. So if that shit was the case for underground, it'll be more niggas to listen to that shit. Like, you don't fucking go on YouTube and type in plug and fucking Texaco and Boothpack and 1600 and shit come up. Like, you gotta know them niggas, or you gotta know a nigga who know them. That's not a good or a bad thing, but I just feel like everything shit gonna evolve. So it's probably gonna be a time where that shit get that boost. Yeah, they definitely gatekeep that shit. Like, for example, I'm just starting to make TikToks and shit for the YouTube shit, not for the music shit. But they got people who hate niggas who do the music shit for TikTok and shit, which I agree because, like, I mean, I don't agree. I'm saying, like, I understand where they coming from. They got a lot of controversy over people who boost their music off of TikTok. I don't know why. I guess it's because of the fact that, like, I guess everybody thinks shit cool until they don't, and then they think it's corny. That's what I think. I feel like everybody think they cool until they don't think they cool no more. So they just think that shit corny. Like, yeah, niggas be like, don't let TikTok find this. And I try to see both sides what they talking about, but at the end of the day, you should want the most for that artist. And that TikTok song might change that nigga life. Like, that nigga might be able to feed his family off that bitch. And you at home, they don't got nothing to do with that shit. All you gotta do is enjoy it, to be honest. Yeah, niggas wanna be cool. That's what it is, bro. I don't know. It's hard to say how they really view it, because I think it just depends on. I feel like it depends on how everything is presented. Like, you know how the media is. I feel like how everything presented. If the shit was presented to a nigga at SoundCloud Music, they might have a certain already, way of thinking about that shit without even listening to it. They might already be hating on the shit before they listen to it. I still fuck with, like, mainstream music. I listen to, like, Lil Baby and shit all the time, like Money Man and shit. A lot of Money Man, gotta fuck with Money Man. Fucking, I guess that's mainstream, but I usually listen to a lot of underground shit, a lot of myself, a lot of fucking the people I work with, a lot of 30 Extendo. Shout out to that nigga. Listening to just the niggas because I don't like a lot of niggas on SoundCloud, to be honest. Not no more, but I still listen to a lot of people on there, but a lot of this shit I don't like. I'm gonna be honest. Man, if you want to be honest, I know what it is, bro. To be honest, I think it's the mixing, and it's not gonna change. We're not going to change the mixing, but I think it's the mixing. For example, like, bass thumping might be so loud, you might not understand exactly what that nigga saying, right? A lot of times, if a nigga don't understand every word that you say, they might say, I don't understand what the fuck you talking about. Nigga who listen to SoundCloud, you don't understand everything that nigga saying, you run that motherfucker back, and then you understand everything what the fuck he's saying, but other people might not want to do that shit. I think that, honestly, what we need, but we not going to do, because we don't really need it, because we shouldn't have to change it, but it's like the mixing. Like, if you listen to mainstream music, they beats might be low, they vocals might be loud as a bitch. Sometimes, like, that shit just sound a little different. Like, that shit sound crispy. And sometimes a nigga don't even want to hear that crispy ass shit. I don't know if it makes sense, but every now and then nigga don't want to hear that crispy ass shit. Like, sometimes a nigga go watch an old movie, but the new movies look better, but they go watch the old one. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this shit fake, but I don't think it's organic as the underground music, but I feel like the organic and the underground music hurt it a little bit because it could sound so many different ways. That's what it is. The mainstream music sound a certain type of way. Niggas know the mainstream music got a certain type of sound. You could sound different, but you gotta kind of be in a certain spectrum. You know what I'm saying? And the underground music, the spectrum it ain't no fucking spectrum in that bitch. So you might hear some shit like my shit, and then you might hear a nigga who has no auto-tune at all. You might hear a nigga who, singing on that bitch. Nigga might rap fast. Just all type of different beats and shit. Just that's what I think it is, though. Like, if you know what SoundCloud is, like, you will let your shit, if you let the song play, sometimes another song will play. But everybody who done listen to enough SoundCloud, they had a song come on and you like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the fuck is this? But you might hear the best shit of your life too. But I'm saying, like, it's so much different shit. The world be wanting to focus on like a standard or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shit don't really fit no type of standard. So it don't have nowhere to go. It don't have a centralized location. Just like how we say people gotta find it. You know, when like I'm glad you say this. You know what, bro? I just thought about it. One thing that holds SoundCloud back that I really wish I could, I don't know who runs SoundCloud. I wish I could tell them. It's a fucking search engine. If you type in Auto 32 wrong, good luck finding my fucking song, nigga. Good, type in Auto U32 and see if that shit come up. That shit not coming up. That's another fucking problem. The Google search engine, you can type in any damn thing and that shit gonna find it. Not SoundCloud. That shit not finding your shit. I feel like that's a big problem. I don't know if anybody ever said it. That's a fuck. I know nigga. I know I ain't the first nigga said that shit. That's an issue, bro. That you can't. That you gotta type in the exact thing. That's stupid. First of all, another thing that we need is lyric. We need a SoundCloud lyric page. So when you don't know my song, but you know 5 of the lyrics, you type them hoes on Google and you find my shit. Just like we do all the mainstream artists. It's just finding our shit be hard. That's why we gotta post the fucking link. We gotta give you the goddamn link. So we gotta throw the shit in your face for you to find it. And then if you throw shit in people's face too much, they don't like it. But that's the only way. Yeah, you gotta do it. The only problem be like, if a nigga like me, I'd be like, this a lot of goddamn work. But you gotta do it. But it's a lot of damn work. I did it for a tape. Like, I did it for a tape one time. It's a lot of fucking work because I don't write shit. So I gotta write the lyrics. It feel like they don't mean nothing because we be going through a couple names. It's not like the first name always pop up. Like, it's never like we just got the name off it. But the names all do mean something. Like, Very Elegant is just like I said, it's my vibe on fucking My Guy beat. Like, you see the cover, like, it's just some elegant shit. Like, I got a painting that I'm gonna put up in my studio room. And, you know, like, Antisocial is because, you know, me and no friends is fucking, like, low-key antisocial. And in real life, me and this nigga antisocial. Like niggas know, hey, this nigga antisocial. He don't even got social media. That's where that shit come from. Like, you know, like The Walking Dead come from the vibe of the tape and shit and the cover. So most of the shit always come from the vibe of the tape. Introverted, yeah, because I'm forced myself to be more social doing this music shit and this definitely about to be doing this YouTube shit. When I bought this goddamn car, it forced me to be more social because niggas want to talk to you in public about it and shit. Niggas want to be like, hey, nice car, blah blah blah, da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I can't just be like, you know what I'm saying? I can't be that nigga, so it's forced you to be more social. So I feel like I'm probably introverted, probably. But I'm trying to grow out of that type of shit. But that's not, I don't think that's some shit you just fully grow out of. No, but I ain't linked up with none of them niggas besides E-Clark, because that's my homie in real life. But I ain't linked up with none of them niggas. They done offered a couple times, but I just can't do it yet. Just can't move for all of it. Because them niggas be wanting me to go dumbass fucking far. It don't be like when nigga ask me to come in, like, hey, okay, we could go to Houston, something I could drive to or some shit that I could like move around. Nigga be wanting me to go somewhere dumbass for like somewhere I might have to do a little planning to go to. I feel like traveling also always come with the money, because like if you're making money from that shit, then you can travel with that shit. So that's why I think that if more money gets circulating, more events, more motherfuckers gonna travel. I want to say, I guess automatically in some kind of way or other, Chief Keef got an influence on everybody who make some kind of goddamn music now. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie, like you gotta get a nigga. I don't know how he did it, but the nigga got some kind of influence. Like when I first started rapping, I remember saying like this nigga Sosa that used auto-tune so many goddamn different ways already. Like I remember saying that shit, like nigga really got a lot of shit. So I guess you can include him, but I don't really know if I got no direct influence, because the music I listened to didn't really sound like what I made. So I don't really know. I feel like I made this shit. That's how I gravitated to this shit. It was more of something like I wanted to make before I even like really heard this shit for real. I don't know how to explain that shit, but it's like I was like on this shit before I knew about what the fuck plug was and all that shit. I don't even know, bro. I feel like I feel like I could just work with whatever my producer's ready to work with. I feel like we could always make some shit shake. When I say I do another genre, I gotta get my niggas to fucking do it with me. Like, I'm not gonna change up my whole shit and go like hop in another like lane, but I will definitely veer off the lanes with the producers and shit that I already got. Or like, I accept new producers and shit. I just really fuck with the ones I already fuck with. Like the shit like Bonfire, I got another song like that with my guy called Pack With Me. And he about to drop another one that we got called I Can't Dance. This is gonna probably be like my third song that got like a different type of, like that dancey ass vibe and shit. The reason why I think I fuck with it, cause I can make like a hyper song without me being like hype on that bitch. Like I'm not really hype on that bitch. It's still got a bouncy ass vibe though. Yeah, I did think about making beats. I was about to start doing it. Not even a month ago, I was about to get all the packs from the producers and shit. I was thinking about it, but I just feel like, once again, bro, that's just too much work. I be doing so much shit already that I just feel like I can't make no goddamn beats. I already like the beats I be getting. I don't remember why I wanted to do it. I think I was just trying to do it just maybe for that same shit we were talking about, like veering off to like slightly different shit. But I don't know, bro. I'm just probably not gonna fuck with making beats. I probably never make beats. I ain't gonna lie, bro. They got it, bro. They got it. I might try that shit, bro, but I don't know, bro. If I try it, it's gonna be the day when I'm sitting on side a producer who gonna run me through the shit. That's probably be when I try it. Like I might co-produce some shit or something like that. I don't even think they do, but they know I make music, but I don't think they ever heard the shit. But I don't think they ever heard it, to be honest. I know my sister and shit can hear my music, but I don't think my people did. No, I ain't. I don't know. I probably might not dabble into that either. I feel like some of that shit got too much culture behind it for me to even fuck with it, bro. Honestly, that's how I feel about reggae. I feel like that's just a super cultural thing. Like, I don't even want to fuck with it. For one, it give me something to do. It give me something to work on and strive for. Like you can't perfect music. Like there's no threshold, so you can't perfect the shit. You can always make more. You can always get better. Like it's just like something that's never ending type of thing, and it's like a grind. I do respect like grinds, so like music like a big grind. Like unless it's certain circumstances in your life, like some shit come your way, most of the people who do this shit, you got to grind slowly and long for this shit to pop off for you. So I guess I just appreciate the grind that I'm on right now. It really just give me something to do. I would agree that it gives structure and shit like that. It just gives you something to focus on and really like, apply yourself to. I never really be feeling like giving up on the music. I don't really ever wake up and be like, I'm doing this shit for nothing. Like if I have a thought like that, I try to push that shit out. Like if I have a thought like this shit not working or some shit, I just move that shit to the side. So I don't really like let that shit affect me too much. But I guess the times that I be down be when I be trying to like, people always feel like you could do shit better. But a lot of people who listen to my music just be swearing to fucking God that I don't gotta do nothing else. Like they be swearing that my shit is already good. I don't gotta do nothing else. Just keep doing what you're doing. Like, that's what all niggas ever say. So like that be one thing. I be feel like niggas do not be having no extra fucking vision. Like nigga don't be having nothing really extra to add on, to be honest. Like niggas just be like, keep doing what you're doing type shit. Like as far as like the producers and shit. And like everybody just be like, your shit already good. Like they be telling me like, your shit already better than everybody else shit. I don't be wanting to hear that shit. I be feeling like you can always get better. It don't matter like how good a nigga think you is or how good you think you is. You can always do some shit. It's not even like a number milestone. I guess the milestone is to the point where I feel like I got like an actual solid legitimate fan base. Like to the point where you can do shit, just your fan base know. Like, like an actual fan base. It's not really like a number goal, but that's like an actual goal that I have. And then like the goal to build upon that, it would be to like have some type of good influence over that fan base. Not to like, keep just having everything negative, just try to get on some positive, like a positive image type shit. I want to make myself like my dream business, like no cap, just to have myself as the business, literally to be like, be able to just market myself in any kind of way I can. And it also wasn't a childhood thing either. I don't even fucking know. Probably just watching that shit on YouTube, bro. That shit just be looking fun as hell. That's probably all it was, just watching that shit. Other cars I had, like my last car I had, I would push that bitch, but like it wasn't no sports car. Like it was straight, like it had a straight V6 in it, but it wasn't no sports car. So I still didn't really start driving like a sports car till I got that bitch, because I knew like there ain't no point in driving your front wheel drive car all fucking crazy. It's just no point. It's just no point, bro. Yeah, I got the C6 Corvette, yo. That bitch, that bitch all black. It's black interior. To be honest, bro, it sounds crazy, but that actually is my dream car. Like, I didn't really think that I was gonna get that bitch as soon as I did, but it is my dream car. I thought about this shit probably years ago. The other reason I got it, because it just fit everything, like, of what I want in the car type shit. Like, it fit everything that I need in the car. But it is my dream car, too. Yeah, the C I fuck with the C8s and shit, but crazy as it sound, if like I said, if that bitch is my dream car, so if a nigga put a C8 in front of me and a C6, I would still pick the C6. But I fuck with the C8, bro. It's cool. That bitch probably the best car you could buy for that price range. So yeah, I fuck with it. Like, the reason why I start making Corvette content is because a nigga is not making none online. For real. Like, all niggas is making is the SRT shit, the Mopar shit. Like, they taking over. Like, they been took over. It's fun to watch. Like, I don't know how niggas would not want to see that shit or driving them bitches. Niggas not really making Corvette content, like, not like that. Not like what y'all about to see me do. Niggas ain't doing that on YouTube, for real. Maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 people at the most, literally. But Mopar nigga, it's about 1,000 of them niggas a day posting on that bitch. Yeah, alright. The way I got the name Auto is because, like I said, I really wasn't making the music I wanted to make back then, but I didn't know what Plug was. Didn't really listen to Plug, but for whatever reason, I wanted to use Auto Tune. And whenever I started really using that bitch, making songs, getting my fucking voice and shit, my niggas really just started calling me Auto, bro. Like, literally, they just started calling me that shit. And that's how I got the name Auto. And the 32 really come from the freezing point temperature. That's what the 32 come from and shit. Like, the degree that shit freeze at is 32 degrees. That's the first tape I made on another name that only niggas who know. And if you don't know, you will never find out. I'm not telling nobody. I'm not answering that question. I do not recommend Baton Rouge at all. Do not come to this bitch. If you can avoid coming to this bitch, like, if Louisiana is in your route and you trying to get to another state, you should veer over that motherfucker and go around. Don't even come through this bitch. They got state troopers with nothing to do. I don't think they got nothing to do out here. I drive around on the interstate and shit, and it's nothing. I ain't gonna even cap. I'm not gonna even just saying it's just said it's nothing. There's nothing. The same mall that we go to, the same mall that been at this bitch since we were a kid. It's a lot of food places. Like, it's a lot of food places. Like, wherever you at in BR, you could type in some food and they gonna have some shit. They got a lot of that shit. You gotta find it. Like they got the popular spots. Like, everybody go to shit like Tony's and shit like University Seafood, shit like anybody from BR know about the motherfucking Blue Stove. Like, everybody know about the Blue Stove. Like, if you're from South Louisiana, you know about Brothers. We got shit like that. Like, niggas, anybody from down here who watch that shit, they don't know what I'm talking about. My favorite food, bro, it used to be red beans and rice. I would probably say that's still my favorite food, bro. And crawfish, nigga. We gotta add crawfish to high second on the list. Bro, I think, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not scared of that shit, but I don't like none of them little rodent insect shit. Like, I'm not gonna see a roach and scream, but I definitely don't want that bitch to touch me at all, nigga. I ain't gonna cap. So I probably couldn't do none of that shit on the, like, nigga could probably hit me with the teddy bear and I'd probably be in that bitch like, I couldn't do it. I ain't gonna cap. So all that little weird shit, I couldn't do that. And the only other thing I say that I'm scared of is not heights, but that thing at the fair would just go straight down. I'm not getting on that shit. I'm not doing that. I actually used to fuck with them until now. I really think that I might not get on them bitches no more, because I don't know if it's because the media or if it's because niggas is really falling off them bitches more. But I done seen too many niggas fall off them bitches, and I don't want to fuck with that shit no more. So if I go to the fair, it's for fucking funnel cake, Breakfast Strain, gelato, sour diesel. Them gonna be my top two. I don't even have access to dabs. I might have to figure out. I might have to make my own shit. But edibles, I used to not fuck with them because I used to just be scared of them bitches, but then I realized my tolerance so goddamn high that a motherfucking edible not really gonna do shit to me unless that bitch unless I just OD on them bitches or some shit. They don't really do nothing, for real. The last thing I want to tell y'all niggas is I got some of the most bars in the motherfucking industry, and y'all gotta give me that shit, bro. That's the last thing I gotta say to y'all. And you watching World Is Mine.